Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, this episode was actually pretty interesting. Um, well, let's go with Lonnie and Eli. They're having twins. They go to the hospital. Sarah checks them out, or checks her out, and finds out that, well, the reason why they go to the hospital is because I guess she felt like a twinge. And so she goes there, and that's when they do a sonogram, finds out that she's having twins, and at first, I'm not gonna lie, well, not even I'm not gonna lie, Eli, he's starting, at first he started worrying, you know? He kept saying twins and twos and twins twice, like he was freaking out a little bit, but they talked about it, and everything is good. So that's interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I knew she was having more than one child. I knew she was having more than one baby when she felt that twinge. I knew it. Well, let's start with Gabby. Because, here's the thing. I give Gabby a lot of shit. I do. But, Gabby in that dress was, Jesus Christ, she looked good. Holy shit. Wow. She definitely knows how to put herself together. Wow. Anyway, her plan is to sabotage Chad. I mean, like, when she gets on the phone, she pretends that she is, I guess, Chad's assistant. Get the meeting moved up until, I guess, tonight or whatever, early, right when Chad is about to go out of town. Now, granted, Chad was there talking to Kate, and they were talking about pretty much how Gabby is pretty much trying to screw him over. And Chad says something Kate says something along the lines of, do you think that you are neglecting your duties at, the job because of your wife and everything? Chad's like, no, I got it. I got everything handled. It's my assistant. My assistant did it. It had nothing to do with me. I mean, he kept literally trying to push blame onto his assistant. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I didn't play a part in it. I'm just saying sometimes you can kind of, take responsibility for your actions. Just saying. So anyway, they were there talking about how Gabby is trying to screw him over and how he has Gwen to sit there and spy on Gabby. And Kate was like, well, I'm there. I can look, keep an eye out or whatever. And Chad's like, nah, I got this covered. Well, Gwen got this covered. I hope. No, Gwen does not have anything covered because she's too busy getting drunk. Literally, she's too damn busy drinking. There's this one scene. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna sit there and say it. There's this one scene where Gwen is in the closet. Jake walks in, half naked pretty much, and that's when Gabby just got out the phone to push the meeting up so that way, it can make Chad look bad. Anyway, they start talking or whatever, and well, Gabby, she says some pretty mean things to about Gwen. They start talking a little bit, and here's the thing that Gwen is a moron. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if she's a moron or if she just so much trying to be like this gold digger that she doesn't really care that Jake doesn't feel the same way. because you know, you got Jake sitting there talking to Gabby, and you know, he's sitting there talking about their relationship, but it's like, oh well, you know, my love life, and I think that's when Gabby asked something about along the lines of, also, do you love her? And he didn't really answer that question, so I'm just like, yo, this dude, like, whatever. Honestly, to tell you the truth, they get downstairs and they start talking, because at this point, Gwen is just fuming. She is pissed. Especially at what, Gabby called her, which was a, you know what, I'm not even gonna repeat it. I thought about it, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. But anyway, she's fuming. So, all three of them downstairs, you got Jake, Gwen, and Gabby. And, at this point, Gwen just, like, she just reeks of desperation. And it is so sad. And it's I don't know, it just kind of sucks, because it's like, I want her character to be more than just, like, some clingy, desperate girlfriend of Jake's, like, I don't know. Anyway, they start, you know, Gwen starts bragging about, like, she starts, like, does this really awkward scene where she's, like, sniffing him, and then talking about how they're gonna go upstairs to have, like, a bang-a-thon and shit, and it was just like, wow. Hell, even Gabby was just like, the look that she gave her just pretty much described everything that I said about her desperation. And I was like, wow, Gabby, it's not too often we're on the same page, but, yeah, we're on the same page. Let's talk about Xander and Sarah. So they're supposed to actually have a date, and, Xander is nervous as hell. I usually pause these things when I do this, but so yeah, Xander's nervous as hell. He talks to Jack, and he's pretty much like, yo, I don't want to screw this up. And then he starts getting like all flustered, like, you know, this is one chance and he's gonna blow it. I was like, bro, you need to calm down. But you know what? On the other side of that, it was actually really nice seeing him, like, happy and excited about something. So, long story short, him and Sarah actually, you know, meet up to go out. So I guess we'll find out what happens tomorrow, maybe. There's this weird, I mean, not a weird scene, but there's this scene with Jack in the beginning talking to Jennifer about coming back home. And, you know, missed the flight and everything like that. He has, like, roses and stuff. And so he's pretty disappointed and kind of bummed out that, you know, Jennifer isn't coming back that same day or whatever. But towards the end, honestly, to tell you the truth, towards the end, she comes back. So, yeah. Let's talk about my favorite character, Steve. So, pretty much Steve and Kayla is pretty much about to, have sex. I was trying to find a euphemism for it, but fuck it, we're all adults. So anyway, they're about to sit there and have sex or whatever. I'm not gonna lie, there's this one funny part where they're talking about, food and stuff like that, and, Kayla's like, oh, well, you know, like, maybe I ought to make some dessert, well, get some cake or whatever. And then Steve says some sort of cheesy line about how all I need is my sweetness. And it was like, what? It was funny. It was funny. I mean, I guess it was cute, but it was funny. But before they can really kind of get into it, I can't remember this guy's name. I think he's, Kayla's brother. Anyway, he comes over after they literally, try to ignore them knocking on the door. So, yeah. He comes in, and they're like, hey, why are you here? And so, Jack, whatever his name is, I can't remember his name, I don't know his name. But he comes in and he starts talking about like a fishing story and stuff like that. And you see Steve just sitting in the corner just like fucking cock blocker. Dead ass serious. That's pretty much the only way I can sit there and describe that. So anyway, then he starts talking about the baby or whatever. Allie's baby being born. And that's when Steve runs to the room or whatever. I guess he gets like some box of cigars or whatever. He's like, hey, you know what? Why don't you go and see him? Take some pictures, pass out some cigars, just like, have a blast and make sure you, send pictures. Bye. And so he finally leaves and then they can get back to playing mattress tag. But I thought that was probably like the funniest scene in this whole episode. And yeah, that was pretty much about it. Yeah, that was actually pretty much about it. And I'm not gonna lie, that was actually pretty funny. And I don't know, their humor has been more misses than hits, as far as I'm concerned. But this one, it was good. So this episode was good. I mean, the sad thing is that nothing happened, but I gotta be honest, as much as I like Ben and Sierra and stuff like that, I'm kind of glad that they switched characters, because I needed a break. I needed a break from Claire acting like a child and, Sierra like, crying and being all dramatic, and Ben doing his best to sit there and try to act like he's like drugged out and shit. So I definitely liked it for the simple fact that it was a change of pace. So yeah. Anyway, sorry that this is coming out so late. Work was just work. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. Be safe. Leave your comments below. Let me know who this guy who showed up is that was being a cock blocker for Steve and Kayla. I'm literally tried to come up with a better euphemism, but I couldn't. I don't know this guy's name. I think it may start with a J, and it can't be Jack. I don't think it's Jack, so it must be something else. Anyway, let me know below. Thank you for watching. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.